Good evening, Crusaders. I hope this video finds you well. This is a very exciting time of year to be a Crusader. So exciting that I've decided to record a video instead of writing a letter for the Chronicle. Now, it's coming out a little bit later than usual because I'm pretty sure this is my 98th take, but I'm confident it'll be the last. With that said, one of the reasons we are so fired up here at Christ the Redeemer is because next week marks Catholic Schools Week, one of our favorite weeks of the year. We get to celebrate the fact that we go to Catholic school, and not just any Catholic school, but Christ the Redeemer Catholic School. We have all sorts of wonderful activities planned for the kids in our community, fun filled activities, engaging activities, faith filled activities. And I invite you to take a look below here in the Chronicle to learn more about everything going on next week. And remember that Catholic Schools Week actually starts this weekend at Mass. Remember to wear your full dress uniform to Mass, and you can promote our school and show off your Crusader pride all at the same time. And don't forget, every student that wears their full dress uniform gets a free dress pass. Catholic Schools Week is also, I think, a perfect time for us as parents or guardians to reflect on the selfless decision that we have made to send our children to Christ the Redeemer. What a great opportunity to remind ourselves of the importance of the sacrifice and investment we have made, not just in terms of the formation of our children's minds, but the formation of their hearts and their spirits as well. I recently shared one of my own reflections with a group of fifth grade parents. I told them the story of how my own daughter, after spending 10 years in Catholic grade school from pre K 4 through eighth grade, came home from one of her first weeks in in public high school. Dad, she asked, can you bring me to the Christian bookstore? Yeah, I can, of course. She told me that she had joined a group at school called Young Life, and she needed her own new Bible. Young Life, for those of you who don't know, is a student-led Christian organization in high schools throughout the United States. And as my daughter continued her journey in high school, she got involved in other extracurricular activities. Um, and what I noticed is that a few of them had to do with serving others, whether it was Best Buddies, where she had the opportunity to work with students with special needs, or Big Brother, Big Sister program, where she worked with students at risk in the elementary grades. She was focusing a lot of her time on serving others. And while Catholic grade school more than prepared her for the academic rigors that she would face and the advanced level courses that she took throughout high school, it was these decisions she made to spend a good part of her free time, of her extracurricular life in service to others. This is what I think made Mom and I most proud. Now, Mom and I might want to take all the credit for that, but we know better. We know that a huge part of her formation came from her journey throughout those 10 years in Catholic grade school. And what fills me with joy is to see my own son going through that same journey as a sixth grader in Catholic school, and to see 408 students here at Christ the Redeemer going through the same journey. And as I reflect even deeper, I see that journey through the lens of two distinct stages. In our pre K, kinder, and elementary years, I see a school that does such a wonderful job of planting the seeds of faith, which help to form that moral compass we all want instilled in our children at the earliest of ages. The next stage I see is those middle school years, those formative, exciting, dramatic, amazing, wonderfully awkward middle school years. It is in these years that students become much more aware of the secular world in which they live, and they are inevitably faced with decisions that they didn't have to make when they were younger. Impressing others becomes a much bigger deal, and peer pressure becomes a much bigger deal. And as we know, as we move on in the 21st century, it's becoming harder and harder for our kiddos to navigate uh, the increasingly secular world in which we live. But this is exactly where I find hope. This is exactly why I delight in the fact that we have the opportunity to educate these kiddos throughout these very formative years in a Catholic school environment. These middle school years are where those seeds planted and watered throughout the elementary school years really start to sprout and really take root. Philippians states, whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. The middle school years allows the children to begin to put into practice their faith, their decision making skills, and do so in an environment, a Catholic environment, that will continue to guide and support them in the ways of Christ throughout that journey. As the priority period for enrollment ends next week, Friday, the 31st, I would ask you to reflect a bit on this journey. We not only want your kiddos to enroll next year, but we want to keep them here and watch them graduate, receiving their diploma from Father Sean and myself, knowing deep in our hearts that they are equipped with the knowledge, faith, and moral compass to navigate high school and to continue their formation as young men and women who proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ in words and action. May you all have a wonderful evening. I wish you good night, and congratulations, Mr. Courtney, for finally making it through the entire video.